Well, hello there. Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I am Ber-Henda Williams, and I am the founder of Culture Shifters Unite. And I am a media producer, womanist cultural strategist, a convener, and the host of the Ber-Henda Williams Show and Soul of a Lead Her, the podcast for she who lives and works from the soul. And today I wanted to elaborate on a post that I made Monday about demonstration over manifestation. And what I really want to centralize here when we think about demonstration or manifestation, rather, in context of this week's global headlines, it has been heavy and it's been heavy for a long time. And when the world destabilizes, something interesting happens in leadership and in our culture, and language gets louder. More declarations, maybe more uh, positioning, of course, a craving deeply for certainty. But I've been thinking about something a little bit quieter: demonstration. There's a lot of strain in the personal development culture that suggests that if we think positively, right, that and particularly the way in which we see the law of attraction used, um, if we align properly and elevate our consciousness high enough, disruption won't touch us. And what I want to warn against here is that while, yes, thinking more positively, having a vision, speaking those things as if though they were, is super important when we want to bring something new into our existence or something that we're not currently experiencing. However, we have to name some very serious structural truths as well. In the wake of multiple genocides, in the wake of systems, oppressive systems, particularly for persons of color, persons who hold trans and queer identities, those of us who may be aging, female identified, right? Um, Ableism exists too. So there's things in the structure that can impede one's right to a dignified life, or again, making a shift in the 3D reality, right? Based on their lived experience and the current constructs and paradigms that we're living in. So I just wanted to name that. And history also disproves this idea that if we think high enough consciously, that things will change. And what I mean by that on a collective level. So war has never checked someone's mindset first. Economic collapse has never been about someone's vibration. Here's a womanist practice or teaching that I lean into that gives us something a little bit steadier. We do not measure leadership by what we attract. We measure leadership by what we build while the world is uncertain. So, how we position our inner constitution, because that demonstration becomes a little bit quieter than manifestation. It looks like honoring deadlines even when motions are high, or becoming softer and less rigid. And we adjust deadlines. Also, we adjust expectations on what's really needed, because I can tell you from personal experience, grief will dictate what one can hold. And right now, there is plenty of grief right now on the planet. It looks like building institutions that our nervous systems can actually sustain. And there's a beautiful quote from Adrienne Reed Brown says that we're moving at the speed of trust, and trust does not move fast. It looks like telling the truth about global events without collapsing into despair. It looks like refusing both panic and denial. And March is Women's History Month. And this history reminds us of something very, very, very important. The women who changed culture did not wait for conditions to calm down. They built schools in hostile environments. They built movements even while their human rights were held hostage. They built networks of care in the middle of political chaos. Moral of the story is they built anyway, not recklessly, not reactively, but coherently, which means demonstration asks a different question than manifestation culture. So I want to ask you, what does your life make visible right now? Not what you intend, not what you declare, not what you perform, but what are you building structurally? Because soft power is not about what we announce. Soft power is about what lives within us consistently, which makes visible or what is made visible over time. And that's the leadership language that's required in such a time as this. So, as I close, I don't want us to not think positively or uh, imagine, because imagination is a liberatory tool. What I want us to, and what I'm inviting us to do is not bypass the very real realities of lived experience and current paradigms. I'm inviting us to do a deeper and more richer work so that the fruits of our labor provide a harvest that can sustain all of us and not just a select few. So, as you move about your day, whether it's in meditation or journaling or a walk, whatever it is, whatever the space is that you enter into for clarity of mind, take into your meditation or your quiet time this: what is mine to do today? And then answer those questions just deeply about what is visible in my life right now. Where is the place that I can make the most impact and the biggest difference? And consider, where do I fall on the wheel of privilege and power? And that, my friends, will help you build a bridge. So let's keep visioning and let's keep working, but we're not looking at quick fixes or bypassing. Our whole humanity elevates the soul of everyone. All right, bye for now. I am Ber-Henda Williams. I am a media producer, womanist cultural strategist, and convener, host of the Ber-Henda Williams Show and the podcast Soul of a Leader. All right, bye for now.